Thank you for joining us. Now, in our very first story this morning, a man has died in his attempt to rescue others who were drowning in floodwaters. The death of the 35-year-old commercial driver happened in Kumasi, leaving many shocked with grief. Kwesi, who is also a Washington Bay attendant, is now hailed as a hero in the community following his death. The police has subsequently retrieved and deposited the body at the morgue. Joining News' Ashanti Regional correspondent Mohammed Nuruddin has been following this touching story and joins us now over the telephone with more. So, Nuruddin, who is this gentleman in the first place?
Well, he's been identified as Kweku, and he is married with one woman, and they have 2 children now as I'm speaking. And what we have gathered now is that when the rain started, he went out to buy food for the family while the woman was taking care of the 2 kids. So when he went out, he met the incident and he tried to save other people. I'm told that he really saved some people from being carried away by the water. And so when he was returning from the incident on his way back home, that was when he came into contact with an electric wire which was cut off from the main electric pole, and he died. And so that was exactly what happened, and Kweku died. So the police came this morning and conveyed the body to the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital morgue. So
he was electrocuted?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, where exactly did this incident take place?
It happened at Ichemso on your way, just a few minutes to drive from the Kumasi Airport roundabout, and there is a bridge there that divides the road between the Krofom and then the airport roundabout. And I must say that last night when I got there, it was very serious, and some of the drivers they were very stranded. Passengers were also stranded, and those who couldn't manage to pass through had to, change their direction. And, this particular, at the roundabout, when you are from Ababu descending to the roundabout, we have 3 main roads. The one is leading towards Bokrom, the other is also leading towards the Menchia Palace. And the main one, which is leading towards Krofom, all of these 3 main roads were flooded. And in fact, it was very, very difficult for the drivers to use the road. So we had to use the Bokrom side, and even with that, we struggled to cross the flooded areas. And so it was very, very serious. Earlier, we understand one motorbike rider was nearly carried away, but the information I gathered later is that he was actually carried away. We cannot confirm whether he really was carried away, but that was what the residents, those who were at the scene, told me that he was actually carried away, and they wouldn't know where the body would be by now. Okay, but it is not confirmed.
All right. Let's speak some more about Kweku, who was electrocuted and has died now. Have you been able to get in touch with his family, any relation whatsoever?
Well, I spoke with the wife, who is so sad, and he actually was in shock. He was not happy about the incident. But for now, most of the family members were not around. It was only the wife and then the 2 kids that would meet. The kids, for now, do not even know what has happened to their father. So we are waiting to find out if we could get some of the families around and talk to them. But the woman is in good condition now. She's very, very shocked.
How about members of the community? How are they reacting to this particular news?
Well, they have actually told me the man was at the scene yesterday, and they saw him did exactly what I told. He saved some people. He took some people across the flood area, and they think that he did a good job. And so they were those who even helped the police to convey the body to the morgue, and some of them joined the police to the hospital. And so they're also sad. They're not happy about it.
Nordin, thank you very much for that update. Nordin Mohammed is our Ashanti regional correspondent there. Now, Tuesday's downpour is said to have also triggered the upsurge of tidal waves in some communities in Keta and the Ketu South municipalities. Now, the residents are calling for the construction of a sea defense wall to protect the entire coastline. Let's get more from our Volta regional correspondent Ivy Setoji, who also joins me now over the telephone. But we are told her line has just dropped, so we'll be getting some more from her. But it has to do with the upsurge of tidal waves in the region there, particularly Keta and Ketu South. Well, I'm told Ivy is back on the line. So, Ivy, good morning. Thanks for joining us. What's the situation around those coastal areas, Keta and Ketu South, you say?
Well, the situation has also triggered that's the rain, the upsurge of the tidal wave in communities like Adina, Lekusu, and Hobi along the new Keta stretch of the big road. That's between the Ketu and Keta municipality, and also in Chita Anyani, Hobi, also in the Shime district of the Volta region. That's also in the Keta municipality. For the Hobi, you have to cross the river before you go. So right now, people are displaced right now, and I was told this morning that the NATMO is on their way to the islands to see what is happening to assess the situation. I am also on my way back to the other place in Ketu South to get any other detailed info from there. But what the problem is, these communities have been hit by this wave for several decades. The people say the only solution is for government to construct a sea defense wall to protect the entire coastline. So that is what has happened. So the rain has actually triggered the aspect of the tidal wave in the area.
All right, Ivy, let me ask again. For those who were displaced, how did they pass the night yesterday?
With families and friends, of course.
I see. And there's been no intervention from, you are saying NADMO is yet to respond to them. NADMO is yet to...
Yeah, NADMO, according to what the MC for Keta, Sylvester Tonyaba told me, this one according on phone, is that they are on their way to the site. They bring to the other side, that's the new Keta stretch of the beach road. They bring to that place, but they are now going to the island, that is Kobe, to see... to assess the situation there. But the MP told me he's not around. He's on his way from a conference. And the MP also, Humado also said he's on his way coming so that they can see how best to help these displaced families to get back to their homes.
Okay. Now, Ivy, before you go, there are also reports that a middle-aged woman has been shot at in Konya, Kejebi, in the Volta region. We are told unknown assailants reportedly shot at the woman while on her way to a farm, injuring her in the shoulder. Police say she's currently receiving treatment at the Rara Government Hospital. So, Ivy, can you tell us much more about this particular incident as well?
Yeah, what I can report now is the residents in that area, both in Konya and Alavanyo, are saying that they are actually tired of all these killings, shooting of people, because it's just within this week, two people have been shot, a man and a woman. Okay, so it's like it's becoming too much. So they are appealing to the authorities to do something urgent. It's as if their lives are at stake. They are in danger, and nothing is being done. So the residents are appealing to government and authorities to do something if they can before the entire community is wiped away, because they live in fear on a daily basis. So that is what I can report for now. Now,
these two incidents over the past 24 to 48 hours now, many are trying to link them. Are they in any way related? Is it as a result of the feud between Nkonya and Alavanyo?
That we cannot tell now. Maybe the police will be in a better position to tell us whether they are related, because the information on the ground is really scanty now. So maybe the police will be able to give us info on that one.
All right, Ivy, thank you very much. We'll get back to you as and when we do need much more information. Ivy Setoji is our Volta regional correspondent. Meanwhile, we've been trying to reach the police on this, and indeed we'll be speaking to them as and when we do have them on the lines.